Watto said, "Oh, it sounds like Van Dyke Parks is the perfect guy. It's a pity he's dead." And I was like, "Oh, bugger, he's dead." Didn't know who he was at that point. So we looked further. We just kept looking for string people, and then I think one day Watto just said, "Oh, it turns out he's not dead." I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's give him a call."
I've just worked on 3 songs, but that's been a career. I mean, I was a brunette when I started this project, okay?
You know, 3 guys from Newcastle, kind of working class background. Now we're signed to this massive record label in America, $1 million contract. We're kind of living the dream, and now we're working with Van Dyke Parks. As soon as I became aware of who he was, I was like, how is this even happening? I couldn't believe that he even respected the music I was writing. I thought, he's worked with so many amazing artists that I said, oh, we'd just be cheap. Maybe he'd just do it if we offer him enough money. But he just fell in love with it. We had a really good relationship.
It was my real desire to reward Daniel's courage, because I haven't seen anything like it since I worked for Brian Wilson. I haven't seen this kind of thing, you know, just for a person who didn't need to do something, but demanded it of himself.
Everyone assumed because of Van Dyke's involvement that it was a Beach Boys thing, but it was, I can guarantee you, I was just listening to Kate Bush, and that's why it's so, it's a very smiley smile without the Beach Boys. It's always strange with Diorama, because obviously due to the nature of Van Dyke Parks and everything, everyone always talks about his stuff, which is incredible, but there's also some really lovely stuff by Larry Mahubrick, which I'm a real fan of his work as well, and he'd worked with guys like Elvis and Jerry Lee Lewis. Classic arrangements guy. He was the first string arranger that I ever had conversations with, even when I was, 18 and 19 years old doing Neon Ballroom, and he was just completely open-minded and willing to try out my ideas without thinking I was just some strange little kid. The same applied for all the stuff that he did with Diorama. It's just, he's really open to ideas and things that I want to happen, and I guess he takes what I say a bit more literally than Van Dyke Parks does, so there's that really nice contrast in the arrangements on Diorama. So yeah, this is just the acoustic, the Rickenbackers. We did 2 tracks of 12-string Rickenbacker. We're actually going for that Jimmy Page, and he's got the double neck. The song remains the same, 12-string sound. So this is, yeah, pretty Led Zeppelin inspired. And that's with the piano.
Lull you into a false sense of security. And here we go.
Fuck, we should have turned the guitars up as well. Should we go Watto and remix this whole thing? It's pretty lead guitar-y. And then we did just another Jimmy Page inspired line after this. Yeah, I was feeling confident that day. the songs that we wanted to be outrageous and big and bold, I asked Van Dyke Parks to do, and with songs that just needed, you know, soundscapes and sonics and strange, discordant little things, they were the ones that I wanted to do some stuff with Larry.
For the first 3 albums, Silverchair had made pretty much the records they wanted to make. You know, John and myself had been the A&R people. John had been the A&R guy at Sony after I'd left, obviously, and, you know, we'd always had a very open and fairly frictionless relationship. They had never really kind of got pressured. The Diorama was different. You know, there was new A&R people that didn't have the same long-standing involvement, and you know, yes, there was pressure.
By the time we got over to Los Angeles to mix, it was just all these problems, and everyone had a problem with everything, and it just turned into, like, it wasn't about making a good record anymore, it was about making a big record.
Yes, there was a lot of concern on the part of the US A&R people that this was not a record that was going to fit for American radio. Their concern was well-founded. It didn't.
The record company weren't saying we don't hear a single. They were saying we don't hear a single that sounds like enough like your last record.
I don't know, why do you sign a band and then change everything about what they're doing? It's like, what, if you don't have any faith in the artist, don't sign them. You know, I wasn't going into Diorama because I wanted to commit commercial suicide.
The president of Atlantic said, I don't hear a lead single here. And I said, well, we have a really big problem then, because we're not, you know, Daniel's not going to write any more songs, the band's not going to record any more songs, we're off, we're running.
I felt like there was just no way to make the music that I wanted to make anymore. Like, it's not like in the 60s or the 70s where pop music was pretty limitless, you know, like that. And to me, that's always the era of music that I've been inspired by, like psychedelic pop and, you know, big melodies and big riffs, and it's all fantasy and escapism, and it just felt like there's no room for that anymore. Everyone just wanted grunge.
My favourite track's still probably Tuna and the Brine, just because probably emotionally the feeling that we had from day one of demoing it to playing in the studio and then hearing it with Van Dyke and meeting Van Dyke and watching it be recorded. And it's just, you know, there is no other piece of music like it that I know of.